Hello and welcome to Age Well Yoga. I'm Sue and I'm excited to have you here for this 5-day challenge, and of course this is day 1. So when we're doing yoga, we're really working to integrate our physical, our intellectual, emotional and spiritual aspects of our being. And when we do that, we can rejuvenate the body and calm the mind. So all the poses that I'm going to offer you in these sessions are suggestions for how to move your body. Please do what feels right for you today. Don't go to the point of pain. Don't push. Your flexibility will improve over time. Now today we're going to use a couple of props. You might need a cushion to sit down on, and you might need a folded blanket. So just stop the video and get those things now. Now that you've got those props, we'll get started in easy seat, sitting cross-legged on a blanket, folded blanket or a cushion, just to elevate the hips a little bit so that the knees can descend. Sitting in easy seat, just notice your sit bones connecting with the ground. Look around you and just make sure that you're comfortable in your space and nothing else needs moving or adjusting. And now start to focus on your breath. Notice the air as it comes in and out of your nostrils. You might like to lengthen your out breath. Lengthen your exhales. And as you're doing that, feel the length in your spine, sitting up tall. Relaxed hands, shoulders moving away from the ears. Stretching your spine gently upwards, creating space between each vertebrae. Place your hand on your abdomen and one on the chest. And as you inhale, notice that your abdomen rises, your chest rises, and your shoulders expand out to the side. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. Notice how your abdomen extends, your chest expands, your shoulders broaden as you inhale. And as you exhale and let that air out, just notice how your muscles relax down. Inhale, expanding and taking in that beautiful fresh energy. And exhale, letting out anything that no longer serves you. And on our 3rd inhale, expanding through the abdomen, the chest, and across the shoulders. And when you reach the top of your breath, just stop and then fill up a little bit more with that beautiful fresh oxygen. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. And then seal your lips again. Bring your hands next to you on the floor. We'll come back to our breath through the poses as a way of anchoring ourselves and stilling the mind. Inhale as you stretch your arms out to the side, stretching wide, and then have them pointing up to the sky, straight arms, and your fingers pointing up to the sky, palms facing each other. Then palms together, and on an exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We'll do that again. Inhale, stretching your arms out to the side, pointing your fingers straight up above you. Notice the stretch in your side body, and then palms together as you exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Now doing it one last time. Inhale, stretching up, palms facing each other, stretching through your side body, palms together and down to heart center as you exhale. Inhale, changing it up. This time, drop your left hand to the side Exhale. On the inhale, stretch further up with your right side body, and then bend over to the left side. So your right hand is pointing to the left, your right upper arm is by your right ear. Looking forward. Take a couple of breaths here, breathing through the right side body, anchoring into your right sit bones. We want those to stay on the ground. And on your next inhale, come back up to center, both hands up above your head. And on the exhale, drop your right hand to the side onto the mat. You might need to dome your fingers depending on the side, on the length of your arms. On the next inhale, stretch your left arm up and then bend over to the right side. Left upper arm is by your left ear, looking forwards. Your left hand is pointing to the right. Anchor through your left sit bones. Feel a stretch in your left side body as you breathe. Inhale, coming up, arms straight above your head, palms together and hands to heart center. Well done. Inhale, stretching your arms out and up. This time, looking to the left as you drop your right hand to your left knee, right hand to the left knee, and drop your left hand behind you. So sitting up tall, anchoring through your sit bones. Inhale, stretching your crown upwards, and on your exhale, look over your left shoulder just gently, no pushing. And on the next inhale, stretch your spine up, creating space and allowing you on your exhale to look over your left shoulder just a little bit further. You might feel that in your hips, side body. You shouldn't feel it in your neck. Don't twist your neck overly. On the next inhale, bring your hands back up to sit and look forward. And on your exhale, your left hand drops to the right knee, right hand drops behind you, looking over your right shoulder. And again, inhale to stretch up, and exhale as you twist. Being kind to yourself, not pushing, just allowing your body to soften into the pose. Inhale, stretching your arms up over your overhead, and exhale, palms to heart center. Wonderful. Now we're going to come on to all fours. So just put your cushion to the side. Now you may like here to have a folded blanket under your knees. And we're going to have our knees directly under our hips, shoulder width apart or hip width apart, and our hands fanned out wide under our shoulders, wrists under shoulders. It's important to get that alignment correct. Your hands might feel a little bit stretched, that's okay. Press through your fingertips and your knuckles so that your fingertips go wide, and press through the tops of your feet, feet pointing straight back. This is tabletop position. It's used a lot in yoga. It's a neutral position that we come back to. Our crown stretches forward, we're looking down, tailbone stretches back, and we're engaging the core. So navel to spine. Wonderful. Now we're going to do a few cat-cows here, starting with cow. So draw a line with your nose up towards the sky as you inhale. Drop the belly towards the ground and raise the hips. Cow pose. Not locking our neck in, just looking forward as opposed to up. And exhale, tuck your chin to chest, round through the back, and tuck in your tail for cat, angry cat pose. Inhale for cow, shining your heart space forward, hips to the sky, dropping the navel towards the mat. And on your exhale, tucking in your chin, pushing the earth away from you for cat. We'll do one more together. Inhale, belly to the mat, drops towards the mat, hips towards the sky, looking forward, broadening across the collarbones, still pressing through those fingers. And exhale for cat. Navel to spine, pushing the earth away from you and rounding your back. Now you may like to do a few more of those in your own time, just stretching out. Might like to veer from side to side. Be guided by your breath. Exhaling on your cat and inhaling on cow. Good work. Come back to tabletop, neutral spine, crown shines forward, tailbone stretches back. Ground through your left hand. Inhale and stretch your right arm out to the side and up, pointing towards the ceiling. And exhale to bring it back to the mat. Left side now, grounding through your right hand. Inhale, stretching your left hand up to the side and up to the ceiling. And then exhale as you bring it back to the mat. Wonderful. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, right hand out to the side and up to the ceiling. Gentle stretch and twist. And exhale back to the mat. Left side, inhale, stretching your arm out and pointing it towards the ceiling. And then back to the mat. Wonderful. You might like to sit back here or kneel up and just rotate your wrists, give them a little shake out. They might just be getting a little bit stiff. And then put them back into tabletop. Neutral spine. Wrists are under our shoulders, knees are under our hips, crown shining forward. Stretch your right leg back and tuck in your toes and just bounce on your leg a little bit. You'll feel a stretch through your right hamstring. Beautiful. And when you've done a little bit of bouncing, inhale, and on the exhale, bring your knee forward of your left knee and bring your right foot in between your hands. You'll need to move your right hand out of the way to do that, and it might take a couple of goes. That's okay. Wonderful. Your right leg is in a square, so your knee is over your ankle. If it's not, just adjust your foot so that the knee is over the ankle. We don't want it to be too far forward at this stage, and we don't want it to be too far back. And it should be tracking towards your second and third toes. Wonderful. Inhale and raise your hands up forwards and then up over your head as you bring your torso up to vertical. Now, if you're finding that difficult to balance, you can make your stance a bit wider between the legs so there's more width in your stance. And the other thing you can do is scissor your thighs together, and that will increase your ability to be stable. Press through both feet, the top of your left foot and the sole of your right foot. Arms stretch high, stretching through the side body and grounding through the hips. Scissoring those thighs together, even though they're not actually moving, it's as though you want to close those scissors. Inhale and stretch up, and exhale, rain your hands forward until they frame your right foot. Wonderful. Inhale, and on your exhale, return your right knee to the mat next to your left knee, hip width apart. Back to tabletop. Well done. Good work. Now stretch your left leg back, tucking in your left toes, and just bounce gently with your left foot. So massaging your left toes, stretching through your left hamstring, and just giving your wrists a little bit of movement too. Wonderful. Now inhale. And on your exhale, bring your left knee forward of your right knee and then put your foot in between your hands. Get there any way you can. You might need to step forward a few times. Move your left hand so your left foot is in between your hands and your left leg is in a square. So your left knee is over your left ankle.
tracking towards your second and third toes. And again, you can widen the stance if it helps you with your balance, pressing through the back foot, top of the back foot and the sole of the front foot. Inhale as you stretch your arms forward and above your head as your torso comes to vertical. Wonderful. Again, scissoring the thighs together, pressing through the feet and stretching through the side body. Have your navel in towards your spine, tuck your navel in towards your spine to protect your lower back. Breathe in, stretch up. And exhale, rain your hands down so they frame your left foot. Inhale. And on your exhale, return your left knee to tabletop position. Well done. Good work. Tucking in your toes. Inhale. And on your exhale, push your hips up towards the sky, straightening your legs partially. For our first downward dog, classic yoga pose. So working from the feet all the way through to the hands. With your feet, they should be hip width apart and swiveled so that your heels disappear behind your feet. Have your knees slightly bent, they don't have to be rigid. Your heels are tracking towards the ground. Hips stretching up to the sky, Chest shines down towards the mat. And your hands again are active as they were in tabletop. Shoulders away from the ears. Now bend your right knee in and lower your left heel slightly. And then alternate on the left side. Bend your left knee in and lower your right heel slightly. Walking the dog, just alternate a few of those, stretching out your hamstrings a little bit. You might like to shake your head, nod it yes, shake it no, just to loosen the neck, and then just find stillness in your downward dog for a moment. We'll take 2 breaths here. Deep inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Great work. Now very slowly, just walk your feet towards your hands. Grab opposite elbows with your arms, bending through the knees and sway from side to side, ragdoll. Feeling the stretch in your lower back, allowing your head to be floppy. Torso supported by your thighs. And then let your hands and arms hang down. Head is still floppy, chin towards the chest. And roll up to standing, vertebrae by vertebrae, very slowly. Lower back, middle back, and then upper back, until you're up to standing, nice and straight. You can stand with your feet hip width apart or close together, that's up to you, depending on what's comfortable. Just find what's comfortable for you as we get to mountain pose, Tadasana. Grounding through the 4 corners of your feet, 2 corners of your heels and the base of your little toe and your big toe. You may have a micro bend in your knees, tucking the tail long, stretching up through the spine, finding that cord, that thread that's connecting us to the sky through our crown, creating length in the neck, broad across the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades together, hands shine forward, elbow creases shine forward, creating that space in the chest cavity. Tadasana, mountain pose. Wonderful. Just take a moment here and notice how your body's feeling. Just notice the energy in your body, the warmth,
And notice what else is arising for you. Some thoughts, feelings. Don't hop on board them, just let them pass by. Just notice that they're arising. On your next inhale, stretch your arms out to the side and above your head, palms facing, and then bring your palms together, hands to heart center. Keep broad across your shoulders, lengthening through the spine. Inhale this time, hands out to the side, up above your head, and then clasp your hands together and take it over to the right hand side. Just leaning over to the right hand side, still looking forwards, stretching your arms up, and just feeling that stretch all the way from the base of your left foot all the way up to your left hand. Inhale and come to center, and exhale, lean to the left. And notice that stretch through your left side body or right side body all the way from your right foot to your right hand, and inhale up. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Inhale, stretch out and up, and this time looking to the right, your right hand points backwards and your left hand points forward in a twist. Inhale, stretching up, and exhale, looking to the left. Your right hand points forward, your left hand points back. Inhale, stretching up and come to center, looking forward, hands together and hands to heart center as you exhale. Beautiful. Now coming back into dog pose. Spread your hands wide on the mat. Just step back gently into dog pose. Stretching through your back. Your feet are hip width apart. Your hands are shoulder width apart. And your head and chest is tracking towards the mat, hips up towards the sky. Inhale, and on your exhale, lower your knees to the mat, back to tabletop position. And then swing your legs to one side and come down until you're lying flat on your back. Bring your feet so they're at the outside edge of your mat and bend your knees up to the sky, knees touching. So your feet are wide, knees are touching. Just notice how the lower back connects with the floor. Just press it into the floor. Place your hand, one hand on your abdomen and one hand on your chest. And we'll take 3 breaths here. Expanding through the abdomen, chest and shoulders as you inhale. And relaxing your muscles down as you exhale. Inhale and expand up. And exhale, relaxing down. On this last breath, we'll fill up a bit more. Inhale. When you get to the top of your inhale, stop and then just breathe in a little bit more air. And then opening your mouth, sigh it out. Bring your hands next to you, palms up. If you haven't already, gently close your eyes and feel the floor supporting you. Feel your body starting to cool down in this constructive rest pose. Focus your mind on your breathing.
If thoughts arise, just let them pass by and come back to your breath. Focusing on your breathing is a great way to calm the mind. And become mindful, become present to what is happening in the here and now. You can stay in this relaxation pose until you're ready to get up. And if you're ready now, bring some gentle movement into your hands and fingers, into your feet, and curl in tight, roll over, and when you're ready, take a breath, and when you're ready, sit up in Sukhasana where we started. Thank you for sharing this day 1 of the challenge with me. I'm looking forward to day 2 and I'll see you there.